What's good, YouTube? It's Rage Real. So in today's video, I'm gonna be bringing y'all part one of my gun trio offset mini scheme. So if you enjoyed this video, go and drop a like on the video right now. Go ahead and sub and turn on post notifications on. Now, before I do get into the video, I do ask if you find any value out of this video, meaning if I say anything or show you anything that can help you even improve your game just a little bit, if you could do me a favor and watch at least 30 seconds of any ad that you may see throughout the video, that way I can actually get paid, because if you didn't know, when you hit skip ad, I do not get paid. So I'd love to be a full-time YouTuber, and that could be your way to help me out if you appreciate what I'm doing for you. Anyways, let's dive into this. So right here we do have gun trio offset. Now, one of the cool things and the unique things about this formation is that you can actually get any receiver that you want at a tight end position. So right here you can see the package that I'm already on is for wide receiver. Again, also the playbook also is going to be the Eagles playbook. Again, playbook I'm in, Eagles playbook. Now, like I said, you can get 4 receivers in and actually put your 4th string receiver in. So whoever on your depth chart is receiver number 4, that's who's going to go right here. Now, as you can see right here, when I hit the personnel, it's going to have your tight end. Make sure you do not click nothing on this, because you're going to mess it up and you probably won't be able to refix it, because it's kind of a thing EA's have been having in the game for a while, to where when you mess with something in the package, you kind of can't get it back. So just make sure you're very, very careful with that. So like I say, you see 18 right attacks to Jalen Yeager, and now or Jake, I forgot how you pronounce his last name. I don't remember. Actually, let me see if I can find it, because that's bad. I don't know this dude's last name. Rager. Okay, I was just trying to make sure I said it right, Rager. Anyways, let's go ahead and talk about personnel. So I like having my fast receiver right here. Now, it's not necessary, but I really recommend putting your fastest receiver here. Or if you want, you could put them here. Just depends on your receiver core, what you have going on. But I normally like maybe my 3rd fastest receiver here. I just like speed and maybe a little route running. So maybe your 2nd overall receiver. You play around with that. That's up to you to decide. You'll see why I say I like speed sometimes I like route running. You'll see in a second here. But anyways, I like my slowest receiver, whoever he is, to go in this spot, and I like my 2nd fastest receiver to go here. So that's how I personally like to do my personnel. Now, as far as plays that I'm going to go over today, I'm actually going to go over flanker dig, RPO alert bubble, and I'm going to go over PA post shot. And also, there's so many good plays in here. That's why I said if y'all want a part 2, please let me know, because I think this is actually a really unique scheme in Madden 21. But anyways, I do want to start off with RPO alert bubble. Now, the reason I want to start off with this is because it's a lot like the one in Trips tight end. So I want to go over that just really quick here. So as you can see, we do have the RPO. Like I said, it's not really nothing special, but for some reason the runs on this is actually pretty insane. And I'm going to show you some gameplay here in a second. But you can see right, we're just going to snap the ball. And of course, as soon as I say that, they get perfect sheds. But keep in mind, this is practice mode, but what I really wanted to showcase is actually this RPO bubble. So they generally do a great job of blocking here. Hopefully I could have time to show you. So normally they're going to have a one-on-one matchup, and normally you can actually stick your foot in the ground and turn up and get more yards. And the reason why I actually chose to show this is actually for man coverage. So yes, zone, you can throw it on zones just like any screen, but with this one, this is one of the ones that you can also throw in man coverage, just like the one you can in Trips tight end. So right here, as you can see, all you gotta do is wait, and you see how like he kind of hesitates a little bit. That's exactly what we're gonna look for. And like I said, practice mode, they just don't make no mistakes in here apparently. But you're gonna see in a second in gameplay that he was running man coverage on me, and I was just consistently throwing this. But anyways, this is what will happen in game though. This is what will happen. He's gonna kind of just shuffle. You see how the ball's in there, he's just not attacking. So you see I threw the ball, and it's like before, like, so normally what he's supposed to do, as soon as like I get the wind up animation, he's supposed to attack that. In real life, that's what they're doing. And he kind of waits. Oh, he caught us, so now let me go. And honestly, the reason I said practice mode is kind of some BS sometimes, because this right here. So normally, never in the game they're gonna do this right here. And I'll show you gameplay. That never happens, where they just don't block him. He targets that safety up there. I don't know what that's about, but that never happens. But this right here, that really never happens, honestly. Normally they'll block them up until about maybe you get still a little bit outside up in this area. Then normally they'll kind of let them go. But I'm actually going to show you one more time. Then I actually show you some gameplay of me actually running this. So this time I'm actually going to call over the top just to see if that makes a difference. And I'm actually going to pass commit to right here. Let's go up for pass. So it's going to snap the ball. And like I said, it just still plays the same way. As you can tell, that's exactly what's going to happen online right there. Now, the next play that I am going to talk about is going to be this flanker dig play. So, pre-snap, this is what it looks like. So, for setup number 1, I like to take circle, put him on a streak. Then I like to take X and put him on a drag, and I like to run it just like this. Now, this is good because since we have a tight end right here in this, since we have a receiver at a tight end in this position, and Rager has 93 speed, I believe. So, you have 93 speed running a drag route who's a wide receiver. So, he's going to get open 9 times out of 10. And the reason why is because with this wheel route right here, for whatever reason, when you have a wheel route and a streak, it's going to make that curl flat defender out here. It's going to make them not even cover it unless they're zone dropping. So you're going to legit have to force your opponent to zone drop. And if they want to be ignorant, you can legit throw this all night. So let me just going to show you what's going to be open. So I'm going to take the sack right here. Hopefully I can buy a little time so I can show you. So I hope you've seen exactly what was open. If not, we're going to go ahead and check it out. And the reason why, like I said, the user, they're pretty much going to be wrong almost every single time as long as you can read it right. So what do I mean, bro? So like I just told you, this drag route is going to get wide open. Why? Because our curl flat defender, which is right here, since nothing's threatening him immediately in the flats, he's going to turn and run with this wheel route. And of course, what's that going to do? That's going to leave him wide open. Now, okay, you might be saying, bro, he's only going to go user that. So 9 times out of 10, he may be on this linebacker right here, simply because he's on the running back side. So most people will try to line up on the running back side to blow up like any type of inside zones. So let's just pretend this is the user, right? So what the user's going to see, he's going to see a drag route, and he's kind of see this wheel route, but he's not really going to worry about that. He's going to run with this drag route, looking for something to come back inside. He's going to peel off about right here. Let's say he'll peel off about right here 9 times out of 10, because he'll see this action right here, and he's going to peel off with his user and try to cover this, and then he's going to think that he has somebody out there, and then he's not, and we're going to be able to pass lead that up and get easy yards. Now, if he wants to follow this the whole way, then what's he going to give up? He's going to give up this dig route right here, because you can split both of those hook curls, and you're going to be able to lowball that. And now, same thing with this guy. So let's say he's using this hook curl, right? So he might catch the drag, he might follow the drag for a half a second, and if he comes down with his user and follows the drag, you may be able to still lowball this up in this area, because he'll be like up in here trying to recover like this way. Or what, you can still just throw this if he leaves it. So like I said, it gives you a whole lot of options with cover 3, and cover 2 is going to work pretty much the same way. So let's go to cover 2 right here. Let's go and press. Now with cover 2, there's a little special thing that I like to do, but I'll show you what the first setup looks like. But you just want to take X, put him on the drag, take circle, put him on a streak, and with this, you're really just going to read between X and square if you want to run this first setup. Hopefully I can buy a little time. As you can tell right there, I had it, but I did get sacked, but I'm going to go replay just in case you missed it. And with cover 2, you're going to need a little bit more time. But I'm going to show you a couple other things you can do against cover 2 to make your life a whole lot easier. But we'll get into that in a second here. But anyways, like I said, the drag route is going to get open because he's actually going to match with this. Or if he doesn't match, he's going to widen like he did just now. And what? That's still an easy throw. If you want, I can show you that throw. You're going to be able to pass lead that up and get about 7-8 yards with a possession catch animation. And now what I was going to show you is if they are not they're not putting him in the middle third, sometimes you can split these safeties. It's a very scary read to make, but depending on who your receiver is, like with Deshaun Jackson, I know I can split the safeties. Look, I mean, there's just all this room there. So yes, you can take that, but this mid read actually does nothing on this play. So he's just gonna sit there. Then he's like, oh yeah, I gotta go cover that. And then when he leaves, you can actually throw this ball right here, obviously between this vertical hook and this vertical hook. And if you notice right here, we can actually have this open as well. We can throw that on the sideline, lead this over here, possession it, because they're not going to let him catch up to that unless they give you some bad animation where they throw the ball like up in here, because sometimes that may happen just because that's something out of your control. Nothing you can do about that, but you're always going to have somebody open. And I'm going to run it again real quick just to kind of show you exactly what I was talking about, and then I'll show you different variations of how I like to run this play, because I only like this play against zones. Only against zones. I do not like this against man, but I'll kind of show you what it looks like against man coverage. So again, just take X, put him on the drag, circle on a streak just like this. Now I'm gonna try to step up in the pocket and hit circle. Hopefully I have enough time. Boom, as you can tell right there, I can split the safeties, go and get a rack catching. You can potentially score, but I'm not gonna sit there and say that, you know, it's gonna be sweet and it's gonna be real easy. It's gonna take a good read, but it's gonna force them to have to put their middle linebacker in the middle third, and that's what we want them to do. So real quick, I do want to talk about man coverage really fast. So with man coverage, I do not like this. Again, I don't. But if they happen to run man, then I suggest taking triangle and put them on a drag route. And I'll run it just like this. Now, I do not recommend blocking your running back, because if you block your running back, this linebacker is essentially going to turn into like a spy, because he's going to kind of just sit right here in the way, and we want to clear out that middle. So let me just go and show you what I'm talking about. So right here, maybe we can hit the drag, or you can come back and then hit the in route. But I do not like this against man coverage. Please, I do not like it. I have way better setups that's going to exploit man coverage. But anyways, I do want to get into setup number 2 though, because I do have a second setup with this play. So we are going to go back to cover 3. Let's go ahead and press this time. So for setup number 2, you just need to take circle, put them on a flat route, and then motion them over. That's legit it. Now this is good, because now we're going to be able to hit our running back really quick out of the backfield, right there in that soft gap right there. You want to make sure you low ball that, possession it. Remember, low ball, possession it, because if you throw it regular, sometimes they might let a defender play it. I will show you that again here and kind of show you what else is open besides that, because we can still have square 9 times out of 10, I'd say. Or sometimes you can have X depending on how they're playing. But I hope you've seen right there, you're able to split the safeties. And also, I do want to hop in replay really quick, because I hope you've seen exactly what I've just seen with my running back. Now, I hardly ever make this read. I only make it against cover 2, but we'll get into that in a second. But with cover 3, with the way they patched it, he's actually going to squeeze this route. He's going to squeeze this route by the tight end. And what's going to happen is that's going to leave this gap right here. So what's going to happen is you can actually pass, lead this to the right, and then possession catch it. You just need to do it kind of quick, because if you wait too long, for some reason Madden will sail it, and they won't let you do an animation, and actually will let this guy pick it right here. So I will show you that here in a second. But right here, you can pass lead that, boom. So let's say, the user's right here, right? So let's say he comes and plays it right here, and then he pulls off looking for something else coming in, because maybe he ran this before, so he knows there's an in route coming right here. So maybe he peels off about right here, right? So a lot of times you can still throw this ball right here and then possession it, because they're not going to want to follow it this far. I promise no user in the world is going to want to do that. And I'm actually going to show you that here real quick, and then we're actually going to go ahead and move on to cover 2. So right here, as you can tell, take circle, put them on a flat. I'll press again, go and snap the ball right here. So let's say, they used it, and then boom, pass lead. That's exactly what I was trying to show you. You want to pass lead that to the sideline, make sure you possession. It's going to be the same thing whether they press, but I want to make sure this video gets moving a little more. So let's go ahead and press in cover 2. And with cover 2, it's going to be pretty much the same thing. You want to be able to wait and hit R1, or you're going to have square, and that's going to be pretty consistent. So all you do is wait. I tried to throw a R1, but I got screamed at, and I'm actually going to hop into replay so you can kind of see. No, we're going to run it one more time. Because I want to be able to show you. So I'm actually going to spy my line just to make my life a little bit easier. Put them on a flat route just like this, and you're either going to have R1 or you're going to have square, but do not throw R1 early, or you will throw a pick. You see R1 gets open in that spot, and square is going to get open right there. All you have to do is just wait for that vertical hook to clear, vertical zone to clear. But let's go into replay real quick, just so I can show you what I was talking about, and then we'll go ahead and move on. So right here, as you can tell, you could pass lead this right here, easy possession catch, because he has to respect this right here, because it's in his zone, so it's not going to allow him to widen out to be able to cover this right here. So boom, hit that. Now at the same time, just like I showed you with this vertical hook, he's going to carry, and he's going to let go. So the reason he did this right here is because I threw the ball already. So if you can look right here, see the ball's already in air. But had I waited, then what's going to happen is he's going to pull up, and you'll be able to have this nice little soft spot right here for an easy possession, or you may be able to rack it, maybe make somebody miss, and you could potentially score. So I really don't want to show you man coverage of this setup, but I will, just to stay consistent. So if they happen to run man, the best thing I could tell you is hopefully your tight end is faster than that linebacker that you're on, and sometimes you might be able to split the safeties. And then if you have a step on them, since that is a linebacker, then sometimes you could potentially rack that for a touchdown. Now, the last play that I'm going to talk about is going to be this PA post shot. So with this PA post shot, there are so many good setups, and it's kind of like I've already gave y'all some of them, so I'm only going to give y'all the ones that I have not gave y'all in the past. So if you're ever curious about how to kind of run some of these other setups, then just make sure you check out like my trips tight end videos and things of that nature, because I've actually broken down how I like to run things with the crosser routes. But I never really talked about the concept that I'm about to bring to y'all right now. So with this PA post shot play, so you just want to take X, and for the first setup I should say, you just want to put them on a drag, and then from here I like to take triangle and put them on an in route just like this. And then I like to block my running back. So this is good because if they're playing man, then he's going to get open every single time. And sometimes you can have him open, but this is more of a zone beater. So triangle is more of a zone beater. X is more of a man beater. And what's going to happen is, since triangle's route is going to go in the flat on the right side, is actually going to pull down the flat defender, allowing us to throw circle over the top. So let me just go and show you what I'm talking about here. Hopefully I have enough time. But you see circle's going to get that nice tender spot, and I'm actually going to go into replay and show you real quick. Just know it's kind of hard because the Eagles' line is really bad, even though they have stars on their line. It's because they're getting their butt worked. But right here, you're only looking for this drag if they're zone dropping, but you can still throw this here. But 9 times out of 10 with the other schemes I'm gonna show you, not schemes but other plays I'm gonna show you, they're gonna have to zone drop this guy at least about 15, and that's gonna allow this drag to be wide open. And now this in route is for the user. So let's say this is the user, so 9 times out of 10 the user right here is gonna let this drag go. He's gonna see this crosser and he's gonna user the crosser, and then he's gonna peel back down to try to cut, well, elite user I should say, that's what an elite user is going to do. And he's going to try to lurk you on this route right here. So what you want to do, of course, you can either throw this right here, yes, or look, we can either throw this right here. So you see we're picking on this user right here, or if he uses right here, he's all the way wrong. Why? Because he cannot leave this route right here. He might even try to chase this drag, and that's going to leave the in route wide open, or worst case scenario, what? We'll have this over the top. So now they have no choice but to zone drop at this point, because if they are not zone dropping, we are dotting their face off. But that's what I like against cover 3. So with cover 2, it's going to be the same exact thing. But if they're not putting the middle third, then we could potentially have a one-play touchdown. I'll show you that here in a second. So this is the play. I'm actually going to spy these two just so I can get a little bit of time, just so I can show you, because it's going to kind of take a little bit to develop. So you need to buy a little bit of time in the pocket. So what you're going to notice is square. He's going to just get wide open. Now, I kind of got sailed on my pass, but I'm going to go on replay and show you. I don't know what happened. I think Jalen Hurts can't throw it that far. I'm not really sure, but it's literally going to be wide open. But anyway, let's go and dive into it. So our drag route right here, sometimes you can throw this depending on if there's zone drop, and you can pass lead this up, get you about 5-6 yards. Be happy with that. Now this route right here, it can get open. You see right here, don't mind them because they're quarterback spies. So you can still lowball this, and now what you'll notice is he'll get sucked down too. Well, normally he does, but anyways, even if he doesn't, that's fine. We're not even reading that right here, so we're reading between this right here. Is this open? But our money read when we know this cover 2 is what? Look at all this space right here. Look at all that. So that's what I was trying to say. And even I was trying to get him to throw this ball up in here, but I kind of got a little bad pass lead because he's going to have to wide. He's going to widen out with this crosser. So that's why this just legit just gets wide open. All I had to do is throw this up in here and he'll go and get it. Hopefully I can show you that right here. I don't know why he sailed that pass so bad, but I mean it's just stealing at that point if they're not putting a middle third. So let's go and put X on the drag, triangle on the in route. Go ahead and block our running back. Go ahead and spy these two right here. So let's go and snap the ball. Boom. You can tell sometimes you can have X, sometimes you can have square, or if you wait, then you can have him potentially right there for legit a one-play touchdown against cover 2, only because of how wide he has to widen on that crosser. That is legit the only reason that's screaming wide open like that. So real quick, I will show you what that looks like against man coverage. And also in the gameplay, please know that I'm gonna have some other setups for you in game, but just please make sure you watch the gameplay because I don't want to spend a whole nother 5-10 minutes going over another setup. It's in the gameplay, please watch it. But let's go ahead and show you the same setup I just showed you. Now against man coverage, you want to look between X and circle, and in square if they are putting purples. So if they're running this style, I still like square because sometimes you can split the safeties. Just be very careful with that. Hopefully I can show you that right here. Let's see if I can get some time. As you can tell right there, boom, I had it. I'm gonna go replay really quick and just show you, then I'm gonna hop in gameplay and that'll be the video. Because like I said, it's already kind of too long of a video, but do let me know if y'all like these longer videos where I kind of break it down a lot more for y'all. But anyways, this drag route is gonna be money if they aren't putting in these zones out here. Since why? Because he's 93 speed or whatever speed receiver you want out there. So if they're playing a lot of man, I suggest you get a receiver right here who got some speed, and then just run drags, honestly. Or you can run, you know, we'll get into what we can run in part 2. Or I'll just go ahead and tell you part 2. Well, I'll go ahead and tell you setup for this. So you just put them on an in route or an out route, and you smart route it. So that's why I said I like route running, because it's gonna make the user have to drop different zone depths, and I may touch on it in part 2. I just don't want to touch on it right now because it's too long of a video already. But anyway, this is what I was mainly trying to show you right here. So you see how he's gonna run past that safety, and you see how now in cover 2 is, you know how in cover 2 is the same way. He's in a deep half just like he was in cover 2, and since this crosser's coming, he's gonna have to widen out for that. So this should already be your second best receiver running a crosser. So if for some reason it's not open, as you can see, because that's Jair Alexander, one of the best man corners in the league apparently, since he's on him, that's not going to get open. It shouldn't get open. Now this in route can get open sometimes, but the user is going to either be here, he's going to be here, or he's going to be here. And then what, we can actually throw this deep. That's why you have your fastest receiver here, throw it in this area again, and that's going to be an easy touchdown. So that's gonna wrap it up for part 1. I do apologize for this being a little longer video, but do let me know in the comments if you kind of like it when it's a little bit longer, where I'm able to kind of go into detail why I drew up the plays that I drew up and the reads that I like to make out of it. But anyways, I hope you have a blessed day. I'm Ray Drill, and I'm out.